Welcome to Add a Little Dazzle. In today's video, we will be creating this beautiful Fabulous You metal embossed card. This card features new product from the Stampin' Up! Catalog 2012-2013, such as the Fabulous You stamp set along with the fancy fan folder. So let's go ahead and get started. To create this card, we will begin by taking a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic black cardstock. In addition, you will need a 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Designer Series paper. Comes from the Color Collection Designer Series paper stack, and this is from the Neutrals collection. In addition, you will also need a 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece of metal. I am showcasing here the peacock, and in the card that you saw earlier, I use hot pink diamond. Now, one thing that I want to make you aware of is that when you are working with metal, because we're going to be embossing this piece, it's going to shrink. So to that 5 1/4 inch length, you want to add a 1/16 of an inch, so that when you emboss it and it shrinks, it's going to be exactly at 5 1/4 inches. So anytime you're working with metal, again, add a 1/16 of an inch from the size that you really want, and then you will get your exact piece. And so now we will begin by embossing the peacock piece. And what you are going to do is you are going to take your fancy fan impressions folder, making sure that the Stampin' Up! Logo is in the upper right hand corner, and you're going to open it, and you are going to place your metal piece right there, and you're going to close this, and you are going to run this through the Big Shot. Once you have run it through the Big Shot, your piece will look like this, and it just really is an elegant piece. Once we have done that, then we will begin by assembling this piece. And so what you will do is you will take it and run snail adhesive along the back and attach this to the upper half of your card piece. So you're just going to line it up right there and attach it. And then you're going to take your metal piece and you're going to place sticky strip on the back of it. And I'm just going to peel it off the red film with the edge of my scissors. And then once I have done this, I'm going to attach this to the bottom section of this piece of cardstock. And so there we go. And then I'm just going to align it, making sure the little hills are facing upwards. Align it right, let me align it right there. Exactly where you want it. And press down, and there's your piece. If you still find that it's a little bit off, you can clean it up to make sure that everything is even. And now we're going to create the ribbon piece that we are going to attach to the center. Now, in order to create the center piece for this card, I am going to use the Very Vanilla 1/2 inch seam binding. I wanted to use this one because it had a really delicate, elegant look that I wanted to create for this card. But the issue I ran into was that this 1/2 inch seam binding is not available in black, and black was the color I wanted to use. And so I decided to start with my Very Vanilla piece of 1/2 inch seam binding, and I'm going to teach you on how you can color your ribbon to make it match whatever you want. And I'll show you here, as you can see, my ribbon is now black, and it matches perfectly with the card I'm going to create. And so what I did was I put a piece of paper underneath, copy paper, and I'm going to take a permanent marker. When you are doing this, you can use any color of our Stampin' Right markers that you have, and it allows you to create the perfect coordinated ribbon if there's a type of ribbon that you want and we don't have that color. And so this is all I did. We do sell the Stampin' Right marker in black. I just did not have it available, and so I opted for the a permanent marker since it is black. Normally if it was another color that I needed to coordinate perfectly with a Stampin' Up! Color, then that's where the Stampin' Right marker color becomes very important. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just holding it and coloring it in. And my recommendation is to work with Very Vanilla, as that is the easiest to color in to get it exactly how you want it. And as you can see, it's very easy. Just make sure that you have something underneath so that it will not stain your surface, as this is permanent marker. And so as you can see, then once this has dried, if you need to go over the sides of it or anything because some of the color of the ribbon is showing through, then you can do that. And as you can see, it's just a very easy way to create that perfect color you want when it's not available. And we do have Stampin' Right markers so that you're able to do that. There's different ways of coloring ribbon, but today I wanted to show you this way using a marker. And so now I'm going to show you my finished ribbon here. And now I'm going to take this, and I have this base, and I'm going to wrap it around here. Now the reason that I am creating a base and then attaching my base to my card front is because if not, I would have to cut a slit through the side of my card in order to be able to wrap the ribbon. And so then I'm going to go ahead and just tie my ribbon here exactly how I want it and trim it up. And so here's my ribbon, and like I said, you can just readjust it till you get it exactly where you want it. Now I created a little center piece for my card, and how I did that was that I used an antique brad, and I used this one right here. And this one has a little center area where I'll be able to place a little diamond in there. I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap it around the center of my bow. Just going to flip it over, wrap it around. There you go. Again, readjust it as you want. And then I'm going to take my basic rhinestones, and I'm going to take one from here and easily remove it with the tip of my scissors and just apply it right there. And there is the base of the card, and then just trim up the ribbon, get it to the length that you want it. And then what you're going to do, now that we have created this, we can attach this to our card base, and we are going to apply sticky strip along the back and then center it and attach it right there, and then we will continue assembling our card from here. We will now begin by creating this focal image on this card, and to do that we will begin by taking a 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock and placing it inside the Fancy Fan embossing folder and placing this in between two cutting plates on tab 1 through the Big Shot. Once I have embossed this piece, I will then attach it to a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of basic black cardstock. Then I will place stamping dimensionals along the back, and I will place this piece right here in the center of my card. And so now what I need to do is create that image right there of the shoe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of basic black cardstock, and I will be stamping this image from the Fabulous You stamp set with basic black craft ink, and then I will pour black embossing powder over it and heat set it. And then what I will do is I will cut out the shoe, and as you can see, the shoe will fit perfectly right there. And so what you need to do is you need to place stamping dimensionals along the back of it and cut your dimensionals in half to place it right along the heel. And so here's one piece that I already have stamping dimensionals along the back, and I am just going to attach it right there. But I have this empty spot here that I need to create a sentiment for. And so in order to do that, I used the Petite Pears stamp set from Stampin' Up, and they have a lot of images that work perfectly with this oval punch. And so I wanted to make this into a birthday card, so I used Happy Birthday Wishes. I stamped it with craft ink and heat embossed it with black embossing powder. I placed stamping dimensionals along the back, and then I just attached it right there for that perfect look. Now, this shoe needs some extra added bling, and in order to do that, I'm going to again pull out my basic rhinestone jewels. And so I am going to place the rhinestone jewels where the flowers are. And so I'm going to show you how I do that. Just lift it up, place it right there, and it just really adds a nice touch of bling to the card to bring it all together beautifully for that special friend, mother, or sister, or woman that you just know loves shoes and that this card would be perfect for. And so I just need one more, and there you go. I've created a beautiful bling bling shoe. Now I need to create an area for the sentiment, and so I took a 4 1/4 inch piece of Whisper white cardstock, and I stamped it with the sentiment that comes in the Fabulous You stamp set, and it reads, "The best friends come in all shapes and sizes." Just like Fabulous Shoes, I added the little butterfly right there, and I added a little rhinestone for that extra bling on there. And this is how easy this card is to create, and with all the different colors of metal sheets that you can find at Add a Little Dazzle, you are sure to create the perfect card for that special woman in your life. As you can see, this card was very easy to create, and this card gives you a small glimpse into the dazzling projects you will create as a member of the Add a Little Dazzle Virtual Club. We invite you to visit us at www.addalittledazzle.com, where you can find out more information and sign up to become a member of our exclusive club. In addition, we invite you to visit our Stampin' Up store, where you can purchase Stampin' Up product, and our Add a Little Dazzle store, where you can purchase metal sheets, accessories, and lots more. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at monica@addalittledazzle.com. Thanks, and have a dazzling day.